took a couple of deep breaths. When she opened them again, all that was in front of her was her open locker. She needed to get out of there. Isis stood, closed the locker, and left the locker room. She walked towards the exit and stopped in her tracks. It was like an invisible wall had formed in front of her. Standing not far from the exit was the woman Alex had been with. Isis started toward the door and the woman turned to face her. Isis slowed as they stared at each other. She didn't know if the woman knew who she was, but she was watching her as if she did. Isis took a deep breath and made a beeline for the door, stepping around the woman. Her only thought was of getting home. Chapter 6. Jonah. Jonah stopped through the doorway as an intense... Isis took a deep breath and made a beeline for the door, walking around the woman. Her only thought was of getting home. Chapter 6. Jonah. Jonah stopped through the doorway as an intense shudder ran through her body. When the feeling passed, she finished carrying the box of liquor behind the bar. Joe, are you okay? Jonah turned and faced her coworker Danielle. Danielle was a petite blonde who worked behind the bar with her. It was pretty early and they hadn't fully opened up. But as bartenders, they had to be sure the bar was stocked for when the doors opened. While her two older sisters had found careers as a cop and nurse, Jonah took a job as a waitress. It started out as a way to help pay the bills and her tuition towards her When the feeling passed, she finished carrying the box of liquor behind the bar. When the feeling passed, she finished carrying the box of liquor behind the bar. Joe, are you okay? Jonah turned and faced her coworker Danielle. Danielle was a petite blonde who worked behind the bar with her. It was pretty early and they hadn't fully opened up. But as bartenders, they had to be sure the bar was stocked for when the doors opened. While her two older sisters had found careers as a cop and nurse, Jonah took a job as a waitress. It started out as a way to help pay the bills and her tuition towards her psychology degree, but plans changed. She had started bringing home pretty decent money and it became harder to juggle school and work.
Okay, so I'm trying to push it, but I'm actually a little exhausted, so I think it's time for a nap. I have been listening to my first book in the series, Power. I mentioned it in another video, and I will reiterate it right now. I cannot stress how helpful it is to be able to listen to your book read to you. It helps because you're kind of taking your eyes off of it, reading it, and, trying to pick up on all the little things on how does that sound, and even trying to read it out, like say the words out loud, doesn't do the same thing. It's different when you can hear it being read back to you, and then you're like, oh, okay, or yeah, no, that doesn't sound good. So right now, I am waiting to get back forced so that I can start working on edits. I am also waiting to hear back from my cover artist with a quote so that we can get the ball rolling on that. In the meantime, while I'm doing that, and there's a bunch of other stuff that I need to talk about, but like I said, I'm tired and I can't even think right now. But in the meantime, while we're waiting for that to happen, I am re-listening to Power. I'm listening to it because I know there's a couple of things that need to be changed. A couple like, oh, that word was spelled wrong and things like that I've noticed reading through the first book. And so great about self-publishing is that I can fix it and then re-upload the document. Also, there are a couple minor, well, maybe not minor, but there is a change that does need to be made to one of the characters. And it's because I wrote a certain characteristic or a physical attribute in book 4 that is different than I wrote in the first 3 books. I probably shouldn't change it, but it works so much better the other way around. So I'm actually, instead of just searching for the attribute that I need to change, I'm actually just listening to the whole thing, and I'm just gonna go from there on fixing it to the way I want it. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend doing this. The book is published. It has been published, oh gosh, for almost 10 years now. So this isn't the smartest thing for me to do, is to go and make a change like this. I am going to mention at the beginning of book 4 what the change is. There'll be a disclaimer at the beginning of the book. I feel like I have not talked in days, and my throat hurts as I'm trying to talk to you guys. It's so weird. I feel like I haven't talked in days. But yeah, so there's this change that I'm making, and I'm just listening to the overall book. And it's very helpful. I can't stress enough how helpful it is to just be able to listen to the words that you wrote back to you and just hear how it sounds. It helps with editing as well, proofreading, because that's kind of what I'm doing right now, making a change and I'm proofreading to re-put this up. But yeah, I'm rambling. Hopefully I don't sleep all day and I come back and I can, finish doing this. I really wanted to have this finished this week, but the last couple of days I haven't done anything. My energy level has been down, and I know it's because I'm dehydrated. But yeah, so I'm gonna go, and I just have all these little white spots on me. What is going on? But yeah, I'm gonna go. I will see you guys after my nap, hopefully. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, hi, how are you? My name is Taquanda Taylor. I am the author of the paranormal drama series, The Five Sisters, and the first 3 books are available on Amazon right now. And I'm going to give you guys an update on what's going on with book 4. So this video was supposed to be something completely different. I am going to be completely honest with you guys. I am the type of person that prepare things in my head. Like, I am that person that if I know I'm going to probably have an argument with somebody, I go over the entire conversation in my head. I do that when I get ready to record, word for word of what I'm going to say. And the moment that this camera turns on, I am like sitting here floundering on what's the right words to say and how to make this video engaging and entertaining. So we scrapped that idea, and instead I'm just going to give you guys an update on what's going on with book 4. So many of you guys started following me as I was going on this journey to write, edit, and publish a book within 3 months. And that book was going to be book 4 in the Five Sisters series. We did videos almost daily. I can't call them daily because there was plenty of times where I did not record a video, but during the month of July, we did almost daily videos of my process of writing this book and trying to complete this book. And then August, I have not given you a video. I don't think I gave you guys a video a single day in August. No updates, no nothing. And we are at the end of August. By the time you guys see this video, it is going to be September 4th by the time you guys see this video, and I start back at work September 5th. So yeah. That means that if this project, book 4 in the Five Sisters, is supposed to be complete within 3 months, July, August, and September. This book is supposed to come out by the end of September, and we are in September. Technically, by the time you guys see this, it's in September. So you guys are wondering, or probably wondering, well, Taquanda, what is going on with book 4? That is a very good question. So my plans were to have this book published by the end of September, and I am sad to say that it is going to be pushed back, and I don't know how long it is going to be pushed back. The reason why it will be pushed back is finances. I am not afraid to share with you guys the ugly truth of what's going on in my life. I work for basically for the city school district. I was out of work for the entire summer, no income, and I will be getting back to work the beginning of September. And we have a lot of other things to worry about. And unfortunately, book 4 does not rank very high on that list of things to worry about. The main thing that I need to put this book out is the cover, and I'm not going to be able to pay my cover artist to have the cover done in enough time to put it out by the end of September. So it is going to be pushed back. My hope is that it will be only pushed back by a couple months, and that before this year ends, we still put it out. Um, the problem is that during this time, I should have been focusing on other work as well, so that I have other projects ready to push as well. But for the month of August, I barely did anything. I barely did anything. This week alone, I have read 5 books. This week alone, I have went through 5 books. In the week, it's Friday right now while I'm recording this. So I have done absolutely nothing. I have done nothing that I'm supposed to be doing. I have a story that I should have completed because I was ready to put that out. I have another story that needs to be proofread for an October release. It has a cover. It's gonna only be released in Kindle, and it has a cover that I did myself. I want a different cover when I decide to put it out in paperback and hardcover, but for now, I have a cover for it for Kindle. But that book has not been proofread, and I actually need to get that proofread because I set that book up for pre-order. Like, I have the discipline to do this, and I don't have the discipline to do anything. So I don't want to make this too long because I don't want to rant. But yes, the update for book 4 in the Five Sisters is that it will be postponed for a couple months due to finances, due to the fact that I am unable at the moment to get the cover done, because I don't want to create a cover. The cover has to be in sync with the other 3 books in the series, and I don't want to sit down and create a cover that's going to be out of sync. I would rather go to my cover artist. I know that even if I go to him at the last minute, he will be able to do it for me within like a week's time, no problem. Just the issue is making sure that I have the finances, which I don't have right now. So we are postponing it for a moment, and it will come out, and I will try to keep you updated. In the meantime, before that happens, I am going to try to come back to doing videos. They won't be daily because, like I said, I am getting back to work. They won't be daily videos. I will try to do weekly videos that will come every Wednesday, which was always my previous schedule in the past, was posting on Wednesdays. um, Basically what we will be doing is I will try to challenge myself to write every day, but I know that challenging myself to write a crazy amount of words every day is not what's going to get me through. So I will challenge myself to write 1,000 words a day, and I will track it. And I am asking you guys for a favor, and that favor is, if you do not see a video from me on Wednesday, that you reach out to me on here and just ask me what's going on. Just ask me what's going on. Because sometimes I need that outside engagement to be like, oh yeah, I am supposed to be doing something. It's one of the reasons why I push myself, excuse me. It's one of the reasons why I push myself to complete the Five Sisters series. I want to tell this story. And it's not that I don't want to tell the story. It's just that because the engagement on the story is down, it makes me go, well, maybe I shouldn't tell the story, even though it is a story that is very dear to me and a story that I really want to tell. And whenever I get comments like, well, where's the next book in the series? I go, I need to sit down and write. So that's why I'm asking you guys that if you guys don't see a video from me, just reach out to me and just say, hey, Taquanda, what's going on? Did you write this week? And I will be like, you know what? I need to write because there's people watching me. There are people watching me, and I need to do that. So yeah, that's all I have for this video. I don't want to ramble forever. We're gonna end it here. The Five Sisters book 4 is coming, but it will not be coming at the end of September as planned. And I hope you guys are okay with that. Things happen. Life happens. And sometimes we just got to roll with the punches. I'm not going to cry about the fact that I'm not making my goal of having this book out by the end of September. I think in the past I might have cried about it, but I'm not going to cry about it now. I just ask that you guys be patient with me. And I hope that you guys continue to follow me on my journey to become a full-time writer. It is hard. It is really hard to stay disciplined and stay motivated to continue to do this. Even though this is a dream, I do fall out of being motivated and I don't have the discipline. But I hope that you guys continue to follow along. And that's all I have for you guys. Again, my name is Taquanda Taylor. Thank you so much for stopping by. If this is your first time here, please subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. I know it was all over the place, but anybody who has watched my videos before will tell you they are usually not scripted and all over the place. And go ahead and leave me a comment below. And until next week.